Hey guys, I'm back and better than ever. Great vacation. It's always good to have a vacation, get recharged, think about what you got to do, and so forth and so on. So today we're gonna go ahead and start siding. I did pick up our J channel for the window or for the door. We'll finish up getting everything prepped and we'll start siding this side, so it should be fairly quick to get this siding going. I'd like to get a good amount done today. We'll see how far we can get, but yeah, let's get it done. Ready? Well, just another day out here. Gonna get this side finished, I guess. It's getting to the rough parts where it's gonna be a lot of cutting going on. So yeah, make for a pretty rough day, to say the least. We got this side done, all finished. Looks pretty good. Not too bad. Turned out really well, I think. At least it's done. Yeah, I like it. Now I guess we'll work on this side. I don't know how much more I got in me left in the tank, but we'll start going up. I have 2 boxes of siding left. Hopefully that's enough to finish this side, and we still have to finish the overhang. Well, whatever's left after we decide what we're going to do with them beams. So at least we're moving along. I'm glad I got that side done. Did take 2 days, so it's kind of it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we still have time. But yeah, we need enough left to finish this little section and finish that little section, and then we have the same thing on the other side as we have here. So we're gonna have to do something with this, something with that, something with that other side. So We need to have enough siding at least to knock out all of this and that on the other side. 2 boxes, hopefully it's enough. Not even sure. Figure that out as it starts to get closer. I don't want to have to order a whole box of siding. That would suck. All right, well, folks, we have another pretty phenomenal addition. The well dudes came in, installed the pump and everything. We're all ready for water. All I gotta do is get a little pigtail. Was a 110 pump, so just gotta plug it right into the side of the house, and then we can run water through garden hose. It will have water. We'll still have to figure out a filtration system once we run this, and then we'll get all that water tested, and then we'll figure out what kind of filtration system that we're gonna have. So, man, Another addition. That's a big one. Having water out here is pretty phenomenal. I'll be able to wash my truck when I want to. Isn't that crazy? Fill up my tank whenever I want to. Crazy. It's nice. So that's another great addition. But like I said, we'll have to create a pigtail so we can plug that, get that pump running. We'll just plug it into outlet on the side of the house whenever we want water, and we'll get this run out. We'll get this water cleaned out, and then yeah, we'll have to get it tested. I don't know where to do that yet. I'll have to do some research, figure out where to get the water tested, and then once we know that it's good water, we can use it for drinking. But man, now we just need to get the plumber out here, get all of our plumbing done, get our electrical finished inside the house. Man, we are rolling. I really like it. To add on, because I failed to mention, our siding is finished as far as we can anyway. We did finish this side yesterday. Man, does that look good. Looks nice. But we got that side done, the front side's done, back side's done. The only side that's not done is the overhang. And like I said, we'll figure something out. I really need to figure out what I'm going to do with these beams. And I know there's been some comments to say, hey, just leave them the way they are. I'm definitely going to leave the posts the way they are. I do like the posts. I like the wood grain. I like it. However, what I don't like is all these brackets being seen. So they need to be covered. I need to cover this with something. And like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to cover that with. I'm leaning towards just a board, like a nice stained, clear coated board that runs out, and then with a cover plate over the front that kind of goes down a little bit to cover them brackets. But yeah, I'd like to get rid of all that bracketry. And then once we get them covered up, we'll go ahead and finish this siding on the sides and then here. And we definitely have enough siding to do it, so we're looking good. Yeah, today's basically just a cleanup day. Kind of cleaned up the inside, and then while I was cleaning up, these well guys came. So definitely pretty awesome. We'll get water flowing here within the next day or two. It's awesome. I like it. We also got this truck up and running. The blue truck. It's been kind of sitting in the woods here for a while. We got that up and running, and that thing is ready to rock and roll. So we can let the red truck kind of sit for a bit and kind of relax. We don't need to put no miles on it. And then, yeah, I got a third truck over there just to abuse. Just kidding. It's my son's truck, and he's just having me keep an eye on it for who knows how long, for the time being, I guess. But yeah, all right, guys, that'll do it. Okay, so today we're going to try to get water if we can. I just need to take a little bit more off of this. Maybe we'll go one more. And then we're just going to connect it into this old pump here. I'll try to explain some of this as we get this thing going. We need to buy wire clamp for this side. We don't have that. Failure. I thought it already had one. It did not. So there's no power to this right now, but if there was, this is extremely hot, so we don't want to Alright, so what we got here is we got our well line coming in. This is our power going to the pump inside the well. And it's going to come in, and then this is where it comes into this T here. And then this is the pump, or this is the power for the pump, which is, I got it plugged into this. Just 110. It should be 220 if we go 220, but I told the guys to wire it at 110, so it just runs at higher amperage, which is totally fine. So once we plug this in, we should see this gauge, which is hard to see because this line is in the way, but this gauge should start creating pressure. This tank is, I don't even know what it is, 30 pound, 35 gallons, I guess, tank. And then we got our garden hose hooked up to this valve here, which is mainly just a maintenance valve, but since we don't have any lines running into our house, we're going to use this to get water. Then once this reaches, let me see, 40 to 60, so our operating range is 40 is the low end, 60 is the high end. So once this pressure reaches 60, this will shut off. The pump will shut off. This will shut the electric off to the pump, I should say. Then if once it gets back down to 40, pump will turn on and it'll start pressurizing our system again. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plug this in. Hopefully nothing goes awry. Hopefully we don't trip any breakers. We have breakers in the garage, so I'm not too worried about it. String 1 for outlets in the garage, that's what we're looking at. So once we plug this in, if everything goes good, this pressure should start going up. So let's give that a shot. Let's see here. Pressure is going up. 40, and we stopped. So that's all right. So now we're filling the tank full of water. I can see it. The pump is pumping. So we must have had some air in the lines. That's what was what killed it. And now we're pumping water. How nice is that? And remember, these are hot wires, so this is, don't touch that. You could get electrocuted. And we're at 60. If we go too high, okay, boom, see, there we go. It shut itself off. So the switch is working as advertised. It's going really good. And then if we run our hose, which we should, because this is going to be pretty disgusting water. I'll just throw this hose out the door, or out the window, I should say. Oops, toads everywhere. It's been raining the last couple days, so everything is wet already. It's kind of pretty nasty. All right, so let's get this hose undone real quick. Open our window. Alright, then I can just reach in there, turn it on. Alright, so our water is pretty brown, pretty nasty. We'll have to run this out. It's definitely cold. We'll have to run this out for a while until we get cleaner water. I don't know how long we have to run this, but we definitely got to run it for a little while. It is definitely, I can see it's a little bit browner. It's definitely a lot of water coming out of there, and it's super cold. Man, how nice is that? We have water. First water out here on the homestead. That is so effing amazing. Nice. How nice would this have been if we were filling up that wood boiler again? This water is ice cold, coming from down below the ground. It is nice. Wow. This is crazy. I don't want to have any washout. Dude, check this out. Woohoo! Crazy! We got water. Okay, now let's shut it off. I heard the pump, or the switch shut the pump off. That's awesome. I'll give you a little look-see here, kind of what our system is. So we got our well here. This is the well, and the pump is about 60 feet underground here, and runs wires and, or I would say wires, yeah. Of course there's power wires and hose runs under the ground here. It comes to this corner, which you saw came inside the building. And then, yeah, everything works as advertised, guys. And yeah, off of 110. So I can just plug it in anywhere. Once we get the wiring run inside the house and we got our fuse box hooked up, we'll go ahead and run a straight fuse straight to a breaker inside the fuse box for the well pump at some point in time. But right now, we have no power in the house, so I just run an extension cord from the garage, from this external outlet right here. And we do need to clean this out. Like I said, we'll run her for a little while longer, and then we're going to have to get a sample, and I'm going to have this water tested, and then we'll figure out what type of conditioning system we're going to have, and I'm sure we're going to need a water softener. So yeah, but guys, this is a humongous step to have water right here at the homestead. I've been out here for almost 2 years, yeah. Been out here for 2 years with zero water. This is pretty phenomenal. I don't have a hot water heater, so therefore there won't be any hot showers happening out here, but at least at a minimum we have an endless supply of water running off our solar system. We are completely off the grid. If everything were to explode around us, we'd still be living exactly the way we are. It's pretty amazing, pretty cool. All right, guys, peace.